What's up, guys? Welcome to another video on my YouTube channel. So today's topic is on how to build wealth, right? I think I first want to preface in saying this, like, I'm not a financial expert, but I have read certain books and I've done certain things in my life that have taught me a lot about, how to build wealth. And I want to share those principles to you as my audience, right? I think the first important thing is that, you first want to educate yourself on what being wealthy is and how to build wealth. A really good book to read to educate yourself on this is Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Such a great book that really educates you on, financial principles. It really develops your financial literacy as well. Concepts like, knowing the difference between what an asset and liability is, understanding what net worth means, knowing what, what a balance sheet is, what an income statement is, right? A lot of these things are sort of taught in the series, a lot of these things are taught, are sort of mentioned in the book Rich Dad Poor Dad. And if you read a lot of his other books like Cash Flow Quadrant, he goes a bit more in depth into what some financial principles are, right? So when it comes to building wealth, I think there's already two key things that you should be focusing on. The first one is increasing your income. And the second one is increasing your savings rate so that you can increase your investments, right? I'm not going to touch too much on increasing your income. I made a video about how to make money. So, you can click on that video and, hopefully learn a bit about how you can increase your income. But essentially, when it comes to increasing your savings, the most practical thing you can do is start by setting yourself a savings rate of, let's say, for example, 10%. And any money that you get, any income, you wanna take 10% away immediately and put it aside as savings so that you can invest it later into things that can build your wealth, right? This concept is something that's found in the book Rich Dad Poor Dad. Robert Kiyosaki coins it as paying yourself first, right? Before you pay your rent, before you do your grocery shopping, before you pay all these other different people and all these responsibilities, you want to pay yourself first by taking a certain percentage of your income and just setting it aside to invest, to save, and to save so that you can invest it into building your net worth and building your wealth as well, right? So my typical recommendation is, start out with 10%. And as you begin to increase your income, you also want to make sure that you keep your expenses as low as possible. When you're building wealth, right, one of the things that can be detrimental to you not building your wealth is your expenses, right? If you're earning $1,000 a month and you live in an apartment that costs you $800 a month, right? You only have about $200 that, you have to do your grocery shopping, you have to pay your utilities, you have to entertainment, live your life, plus save, right? That's not enough money to do that, right? But if you made $1,000 per month, but you live in a place that costs you only $200 a month, right? Now at least you have $800 that, you can maybe take 10% to save, and then the rest you can just use to live your life, right? Because when it comes to building wealth, right, it's a very long-term game. You don't want to be very, to try to make it as quick as possible or try to expedite the process, right? You want to take a long-term approach towards it. You want to do something that's sustainable to you, because at the end of the day, right, you need to still be able to live your life. You can't keep, pinching pennies and making budget cuts, like not buying coffee on a daily basis, right? Which I think it's a good principle, right? But, the last thing you want to do is be extremely frugal, right? Being frugal is very good. It's very important when it comes to building wealth. It's something like, if you know me well, like I'm someone who's very, very frugal. I prioritize quality experiences and quality things over quantity. So that's just something to really think about. You want to keep your expenses low, and you want to also increase your savings rate over time to a point that's comfortable to your lifestyle, right? So let's say if you start out at 10%, and you do this for about 6 years, 6 months to a year, and you feel that, okay, you can now increase it to 20%, right? You want to slowly do that until you reach a point where you feel that it's most comfortable to your specific lifestyle. My current savings rate at this particular moment is 40%. It could increase over time as the more money I make. So that's essentially what you need to do when it comes to building wealth, right? As I mentioned, you need to increase your income and you need to increase your investments, well, your savings rate, so that you can invest in things that create wealth for you, right? So when I say that, like, what do I specifically mean, right? If you're someone who has, let's say, $100,000 worth of investments, whether it's in stocks and crypto, real estate, whatever it is, right? And maybe these investments give you a return on investment of about maybe approximately 10% every year. So that's about $10,000 every year. Divided by 12, I don't know, maybe that's like close to $1,200, like, yeah, close to let's just say approximately $1,000 per month. And let's say your expenses are only at $800 a month, right? You are extremely wealthy. You don't need to work a day in your life, right? You're essentially financially free. You could quit your job that day, and as long as you keep the expenses the same, you'll be set for however many years. So long as your investments keep making that 10% ROI, you keep making that $10,000 per year, and you're only living on $800 a month, right? That's what being wealthy is, right? Being in a position where you can decide when to work and you can live the life according to however you want to live your life, right? And in order to create this certain lifestyle, right, you need money and you need to build wealth. So that's today's video. Thank you so much for joining me and watching this video. If you have any comments, any feedback about today's topic, feel free to drop it below. Give this video a like and a share. Make sure to subscribe and share this video with your friends, and hopefully you can help them get a good understanding of how to build wealth. But thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.